rights are covering a very wide spectrum of rights, I would say. Some rights are more important than others in space and also in time. You know, you kindly offered me a glass of water. This is my human right to water. And it's not yet a human right, but it might be a human right in the future. I need water actually. And you realize what is a human rights when you don't have it or when you miss it. Right to food is as important for some people as the right to justice. My father used to say, I'd rather have justice than eat. It's an image. But for some people it's more important to feel understood, to feel treated correctly than to eat something. You know, they prefer, but they still need to eat in any case. There's a plethora of norms. The weakness is implementation. The Universal Declaration as it stands, all states agree with the Universal Declarations. Most of the norms embodied in the Universal Declarations became customary. Some of them are not, like the right to rest, for example. You know. But in general, states agree with this. And this Universal Declaration has been translated in legally binding norms by the two covenants of '66. And I think those are already comprehensive instruments. And those instruments, I think, if all the states would implement those two instruments, it will be a very big step. We are still discussing on the creation of a universal court on human rights, like the International Criminal Court. But it's still a long way from now because states, I'm afraid that they are not very keen on abandoning sovereignty. You know, it has to do with political willingness, and it's easier for states to do such to abandon their sovereignty in a small setting, with cultural homogeneity, political homogeneity, economical development homogeneity, like in the regions or the sub-regions. And so far you have those mechanisms only in three main areas, geographical areas, starting with Europe in 1950, and then in the Inter-American system in 1959 and 69, where the convention was adopted with the establishment of a court in 1969, and in the African continent with the establishment of the African court in 1998 in Ouagadougou. Courts are very important. Mm-hmm. International mechanisms are very important. Mm-hmm. But what is even more important is the work on the field, grassroots. Fertilization, I would call that fertilization of the soil. You can have the most beautiful seed, but this seed will produce the best of it, the nicest flowers, the strongest tree, only if the soil is fertilized. And institutions like courts or like the Human Rights Council, political or judicial institutions cannot do this kind of work. So that's why civil society is very important to do this kind of things, to carry this kind of work, and to fertilize the soil. All the rights have been devised, created, in order to secure human dignity. If human dignity is secure, you wouldn't need any rights. You wouldn't need to claim rights if human dignity is there. But we needed to have rights in order to achieve this dignity, which is not achieved in most parts of the world.